Hey fans, we're here with a list of stories of NFL players and their jersey numbers. What's in a number? Ask these players. To them, a jersey number becomes more than a number on your back or something the fans wear in the stands. So many numbers to choose from. And believe it or not, sometimes it wasn't even these players' choices. But before we get into our list, I'd like you to do me a little favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe so you can receive our latest and greatest content. Got it? Good. On to our list. Since coming into the league, Antonio Brown has put fear into defensive backs and defensive coordinators alike. A sharpened route runner with quickness to spare, Brown has been regarded in the National Football League as one of the top wide receivers of his generation. While what he's been doing off the field has taken the spotlight away from what he's done on it, there is no question that when Antonio Brown lines up on the field, whether it's at the X receiver, Y receiver, or in the slot, whatever defensive back is lined up opposite of him knows that number 84 is an absolute terror to cover. Brown came a long way from being the 195th pick in the 2010 NFL Draft. Being taken in the 6th round and passed up by every single team over and over again was not lost on Antonio Brown. As a matter of fact, the mercurial wide receiver chose his number 84, and it wasn't just because he liked the number. Try and stay with me here. Being that 32 teams passed on him, he decided to go with the numbers 8 and 4, which really means 8 times 4 to symbolize the 32 teams that passed. 6th round. After leading the league in receiving yards twice, the league in receptions twice, being named first team All-Pro an insane 4 times, it's easy to say Antonio was slept on. And that extra motivation only made him more of a nightmare to cover. Moving on, while some players put a ton of thought into their jersey numbers, some go with what feels right. After wearing number 5 in high school and also donning the same number in college, Kansas City Chiefs superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes decided to go with the number 15. Why? Because he liked the number 5 and was drafted 10th overall. And well, as Mahomes put it, there was no other notable 15s in the league. He also wore number 15 in basketball, so this wasn't the first time Mahomes stepped onto a court or onto a field wearing his now trademark 15. If there were other number 15s in the sport before Mahomes, he's now become the most famous, as the young quarterback is already a Super Bowl champion, a league MVP, and a Super Bowl MVP, and if there is a more popular one somewhere out there on the globe in another sport that we're not thinking of, there certainly isn't a wealthier one. After signing a 10-year extension worth up to an eye-popping $503 million, he is definitely the richest number 15. Maybe the number 15 is for the amount of Super Bowls he plans on winning for the Chiefs to thank them for giving him the biggest contract on the planet. Patrick himself said he intends to try to top the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, saying he wants at least 6 titles and will do whatever he can to match or surpass the former New England Patriots signal caller. Being only 24 with 1 title under his belt and 2 trips to the AFC Championship game in 2 years as a starter, we wouldn't bet against Patrick either. Would you? Speaking of the GOAT, some people choose their jersey numbers and others have them chosen. After wearing the number 10 in Michigan and hoping to wear the number 10 as a professional, Tom Brady was actually given his number after the number he wanted was already occupied by the soon-to-be cut Lee Johnson. Well, Lee lasted another year with the Patriots before being let go, but by then, Tom had already begun liking the number 12, and when given the option to switch it, Tom opted to hold on to number 12, claiming that he had the choice but just stuck with it. In what would make a fantastic Final Jeopardy question, the person who actually gave Tom Brady the number 12 was the former Patriots equipment manager, Don Brocher, and that's how TB12 was born. Pretty anticlimactic, right? Although the origin of this story may not be that interesting, the legacy of the number 12 has been a staple in the NFL. Joe Namath, Roger Staubach, Terry Bradshaw, Jim Kelly, and Ken Stabler are just a few. But none of them have even whiffed the career of Tom Brady. At 42 years young, the greatest to wear the number 12, has 6 Super Bowl rings and hasn't shown any real signs of slowing down. He's been the model of consistency throughout his 20-year career, winning 17 division titles and playing in 9 Super Bowls. Tom's jersey number may not have been chosen because of a chip on his shoulder, but that doesn't mean the 6th round pick doesn't use his draft capital to fuel him. That's been his main motivating factor since entering the league and entering his 21st season. Tom is still using that chip to get him Super Bowl rings, and it looks like number 12 will continue to take that same hunger and run with it into his age 43 season. Now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer and chasing his 7th title, let's see if TB12 can reach his 10th Super Bowl appearance. While talking about quarterbacks and legacy, let's move on to one that is creating his own. At 23 years old and already winning honors as the league's most valuable player, Lamar Jackson is doing things on the field that most quarterbacks can literally only dream of doing. A dynamic dual threat who, by his own mind-blowing admission, is still learning the game. What we've learned about Lamar Jackson in just 2 years of watching him play is that he is well on his way to being one of the best to play the game and already possibly the most exciting. EA Sports Madden exciting. Although Lamar wore the number 7 in high school, the QB changed his jersey number to number 8 in college. Those around him had speculated he chose 8 to be one higher than Vick's number 7, a la Kobe Bryant choosing the number 24 to be one higher than Michael Jordan's 23. Although Lamar hasn't officially addressed his speculation, one thing is for sure, he's already outdone Michael Vick in the thing that made former Falcons quarterback so electrifying, his legs. Lamar rushed for over 1,200 yards last year. To put that in perspective, that was more than Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon, Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, and Josh Jacobs, just to say a few. Lamar is far from just a scrambling quarterback, though. He's made strides in his 2nd season as a passer and even led the league with 36 touchdown passes. In the NFL, Lamar may be second to none, although a certain QB in Kansas City may have something to say about it. But in Lamar Jackson's city of Baltimore, the QB is still working on being the most famous number 8. That right currently belongs to Baltimore Orioles legend Cal Ripken Jr. The Baseball Hall of Famer has acknowledged Lamar Jackson's own greatness and impact on the city they share and has honorably passed down the greatest 8 in the city crown to the young quarterback. It's a privilege Lamar has recognized and a challenge he has accepted. Lamar has been quoted as saying he is striving to be the next great 8 in Baltimore. Cal Ripken may be the model of consistency in professional sports, so Jackson will certainly have his work cut out for him for that. If one great number 8 wasn't enough, Lamar also gathers inspiration from basketball's greatest number 8 and arguably the best number 8 to ever put on a jersey, the late great Kobe Bryant. Those are some crazy 8s to emulate, and if there's anyone talented enough to do it, it's Lamar Jackson. Entering his 3rd year in the league with the world at his fingertips, we'll be watching and, well, clicking on highlight videos and future lists on this channel to come. Enough about quarterbacks, though. Let's shift gears to one of those guys on the receiving end of one of those passes. Former Houston Texans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Arguably considered one of the best wide receivers in the league, Hopkins has become synonymous with ankle-breaking route precision and hands that are stickier than the stickum former Raider Hall of Fame wide receiver Fred Biletnikoff used to wear. Sorry, Fred, stickum is illegal, but DeAndre doesn't need the banned substance as his hands are dangerous as is. After dropping 0 passes in the 2018 season, Hopkins showed the league that if you put it up there, or anywhere in his one of the greatest soccer players to ever lace up a pair of cleats, soccer phenom Lionel Messi. That's right, Hopkins chose his number 10 after the most well-known number 10 in all of sports, Messi. Hopkins has been carving his own career as one of the greats to wear the number and has certainly put his stamp on it since entering the league in 2013. Nuke looks to continue his ridiculous level of play in a new jersey as he is now an Arizona Cardinal but will still be rocking the number 10. We're sure he'll continue to make Lionel Messi proud, if Messi happens to watch this form of football. Either way, the rest of us will be tuned in to see what Hopkins can do in his new zip code. So there you have it. If you ever wondered why some of the NFL's biggest stars wear the numbers they do, know that some are by choice, some are by chance, but all end up having meaning to the players and especially the fans who wear them. This concludes our list of NFL players and their jersey numbers, but we want to hear from you. If there's anything we missed, send us a comment. Let us know if there's a player we missed or someone you want featured the next time we do this list or another. Until next time, have an awesome day.